Hello everybody, hopefully you are doing well. In today's video, we are gonna talk about a structure. Particularly, we are going to study a structure. This may sound very strange for you, but it's not. We need to devote some time to learn structures. And this is exactly what the majority of language learners don't do. They always focus on learning vocabulary, studying vocabulary, but they don't devote some time to learn structures. And learning structures is very important when it comes to speaking, when it comes to communication, when it comes to being able to express, articulate yourself easily and quickly. If you learn the most common or the most frequently used structures or patterns, you are halfway to be able to express yourself easily and effortlessly. Because we always keep the same structure. We always use the same structure to talk about different multiple things. Unlike vocabulary. Okay? We always change vocabulary, we don't change the structure. This is why we need to devote some time to get familiar, to get confident about structures or the most common structures of the language, the most frequently used structures or patterns of the language. This will help us massively and drastically to express, articulate ourselves easily and effortlessly. And I will show you that through an example. And you will have this aha moment. Okay? Let's get started. The majority of language learners or language teachers don't teach their students structures. Also, they always focus on teaching them vocabulary. Okay? And we forget as language teachers to teach our students structures, patterns. Teach patterns, and the student will follow the pattern to create more sentences, to create more questions. And now, I'm going to show you what I mean by studying structures through this example. This is my structure or our structure. We have what and we have blank and we have do you like. This is a particular structure of a question. This is not an affirmative sentence, but this is an interrogative sentence, which means it is a question. Here we can fill in this place or this space with whatever we want, with whatever we are interested in, with whatever we want to ask about. For example, we can say, what subjects do you like? What sports do you like? What cities do you like? What colors do you like? You see, here I'm not changing or I don't change the structure. I keep the same structure. What I change is this part, this element. Okay? We can see also what players do you like? What food do you like? What drinks do you like? You see? What celebrities do you like? We can change this part or this component in this question, or we can change this one. Okay? But we keep the same structure. Pay attention. For example, we can say, what subjects do you study? You see? I change this verb for this one or with this one because I am interested in study, not like. What subjects do you study? And this is a question. I'm still keeping the same structure. I'm still working with the same structure. I'm doing just subtle changes, very tiny changes, small changes, incremental changes at the level of vocabulary, not at the level of structure. Okay? Here also we can say, here, please, let me erase these things. We can see, for example, we can make this in the past. This structure, we keep the structure and I will make it in the past by doing like this. Instead of do, we use did because I want to talk about the past. Pay attention. We can say what, for example, cities, what cities did you, we cannot see like now, we cannot see study now, but we see visit. What cities did you visit? Another example, we can change cities. I'm not interested in cities. I don't want to ask you about cities, but I would like to ask you about celebrities. What do we mean by celebrities? First, which means people famous or known in your country or in your city or in the world, like Messi, like Cristiano. He is a celebrity. He is a famous person or football player. Almost everybody knows him. This is what we mean by celebrities. This is plural. What celebrities did you meet? You see, I keep the same structure, but I'm doing just subtle changes at the level of vocabulary. I don't change the structure, the pattern. And with the same pattern, with one single structure, I can ask many questions. I can ask about many, countless, unlimited things. This is what helps us, or what helps speakers speak easily and effortlessly. This is what makes speaking easier. It's not about having too much vocabulary or too many words. It's about being smart. It's about being intelligent when you come to learn the language. What we miss to do as language learners is that we don't think about the language before we learn it.